You know, it's been getting pretty trendy for like the past 10-ish years. People are starting to care more about like a person's gut health, which is pretty cool. But I guess the like downside of like when things become trends or trendy is a lot of misinformation can get about. Which I guess, I don't know, would I rather something be trendy while risk of misinformation or people just not know about it at all? Probably just the first option, I guess. But it is pretty interesting since, like what? Yeah, the microbiome is pretty interesting. It's not just your gut. It can also be like your skin, like bacteria, good and bad, and like the mouth, skin, whatever about. Question is, what? But the question is, when is the bacteria? That doesn't make sense, but we'll act like it does. The thing about probiotic food is, oh, did I do that wrong? Oh, I'm too lazy to switch to an X. Oh, I got it. The thing about, whatchamacallit? Yeah, probiotic food is, you can get as much probiotic food you want, but it's not really gonna matter if it just dies or if it just isn't growing much at all, because it kind of needs food to survive. Now, wait, let me get, I'm not gonna use, and that's where what's it called? Prebiotic? Yeah. That's where prebiotic food comes into play. Since probiotic, oh bro, I did it wrong again. Probiotic is, oh no, now I'm all the way in. Thing is, probiotic food is actually getting the good bacteria, and prebiotic is feeding the good bacteria. So they kind of need to be, okay, finally it's right. They kind of need to be working together if you're actually going to get something out of it. And I mean, I think everyone knows when you think of probiotic food, they think of like yogurt. Why is this? I'm supposed to do a slam, bro. What is this? Oh, I got it. You know, I'm getting pretty lucky because usually when I'm building with blocks, they always just fall to the ground, so I just have to get them, but that's pretty cool. Oh yes, but there's also a bunch of other things. It doesn't need to be like yogurt. For like people who are like, you know, are gluten intolerant. I don't think, I mean, kimchi is probiotic. Oh yes, I was gonna do this, yeah. And I don't think kefir is, but there's, oh yes, I remember, miso is prebiotic, not prebiotic, probiotic. Big difference. You know, when I first heard of miso being probiotic, I was like, oh, I could just get miso soup, and that would be a nice source. I mean, who doesn't like miso soup? I mean, it probably is, but who does it? It's rhetorical. But I'm gonna guess that it's, you know, it's gonna be heated up, so it's probably gonna kill it, or at least a good amount of the bacteria there, but oh well. I mean, it's pretty interesting to know about. There. Oh, now I need to get my pickaxe. You know what? Why don't I just have my axe and pickaxe in the same? You know what? Let's just put gravel in place of this, since yeah, that's gonna work. Now, what's interesting is when you share, there's a bunch of ways people can like. It's not just by like eating probiotic food. You can get it by just being in the same room, or like not room, actually just being in contact like everyday people and about shaking hands. That's just exchanging microbiomes in like some sense, which I guess that applies. You can get like bad. Why is that there? Now is that supposed to be like that? Oh wait, that one's too low, that's why. But I guess that works with bad bacteria as well. But we're not talking about that now. We're talking about the good bacteria, which is, yeah, you can get, a person could technically transfer good bacteria to you just shaking your hand and such. Oh yeah, regarding actually keeping the good bacteria alive is, you kind of have to get a bunch of like, fibers and all that. I think fibers deserve its own video, but I don't know, all my material is gone, so I'll have to find it, or at least find some way to get it back. I mean, technically not mine, but we're getting too off topic. What about it? Wait, what else is missing? I did that one, that one. Okay, I didn't do this one. Now, a person, yeah, we would have to kind of vary our diet, since I guess we'll mention the bad microbiota in the guts is they kind of feed on like, junk food, processed food, and that means they're going to grow more plentiful. And yeah, there isn't, I think I mentioned this before, but there's not much use in getting probiotic food if it dies or it's dormant or doesn't get plentiful. So that's why it's important to have like a diverse diet, which, I feel like I like me some avocados, man, but I should probably vary with other stuff. No, I am not gonna mind this. Whatever ite, what is this? Diorite. I still don't know my ites, and I never will. I'm gonna be put on some game show. You know enough about Minecraft, and I say yes. Okay, tell me which one is andesite, diorite, and whatever ite is the third. Nobody cares about the third. And then I lose this opportunity. I'm just done for. It does make me wonder on who would win. Like, let's say a person with a good gut microbiome versus a person who doesn't, who has like low diversity, even like has like an abundance of like bad bacteria in the guts. If they were to live together, would the person with which one would be plentiful or influence the other microbiome more. But I feel like those would take a while to test. Like, how long would they be able to live together to find actual results? But, anyways, it is cool that it's getting more attention. So, anyways, that should be about end of the video. So, see ya.